Hello, friends I haven't met yet. My name's Michelle, and I am a beauty treasure hunter. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to show you some of my birthday makeup. I have a daughter who really loves makeup as much as I do and shares super nice gifts with me that I would never buy for myself. So today, we're going to share some of these as well as uh, what I consider dupes for some of these. Can you tell which side is the Gucci side and which has all the dupes? I can't. So if you'd like to know what they are, please keep watching. All right, let's get started. I have cleansed my face with some Dermasil cleansing oil that's actually made for face and body. And the thing about it is you get it in this giant container. I think it's like over 30 ounces. And I found mine at one of my salvage stores for $1.99. And I looked it up and it's like 31 online. So after I cleansed, I have also done some serum, and this I got at the Dollar Tree. And this is supposed to be a dupe, I think, for something from Drunk Elephant, and it's wonderful, has no scent, but the texture of the serum reminds me of the e.l.f. Thirst Burst Drops. And I think Thirst Burst was supposed to be a dupe for the Glow Recipe, which I have too, and they're no better. I got this though, Rice Niacinamide Facial Serum at Marshall's. It's by Bonnie Hill, and I think it was $6.99, and it smells heavenly. So if that's important to you or that gives you a boost to your day, then I would recommend these. And then also at the Dollar Tree are these little serums. And they also serve the same purpose, just as moisturization. I have also, let's see, put on my Biore sunscreen, the watery essence. Now I'm going to try some CeraVe night cream. This was recommended by Tati, and she said it's wonderful under makeup. And I did it yesterday, and I really liked it. I'm not going really heavy with it, just a light layer where I have a little bit of flakiness right now. Another product I can highly recommend, I didn't bring it down here with me, but it is by The Ordinary, and it is the Sulfur Powder to Cream treatment, and it's amazing. It's a spot treatment. You just dab it on a spot, and it covers it kind of like a pimple patch would, and then you can put your makeup on over the top of it. So I really recommend that. That's kind of a new thing. So I am ready now to talk about some birthday makeup. My daughter got me a really cool bronzer and some blush that I'm going to try out today. And since the bronzer she got me is Gucci, I'm also going to do some Gucci that I got at a discount store, but also show you what I think is very similar to it. But before I get into my base, I'm going to do my eyes, and I'm going to start with a little bit of the Morphe Solo Artist, and this one's in the color Debut. I like it because it covers up the discoloration on my eyelids, and it's a little bit tacky, so it helps your shadows to adhere. And my daughter also got me for Christmas a few years ago a Charlotte Tilbury quad that looks like, and I think I have found like an exact dupe, and I got this off of Temu, and the brand is called Le Cover, and I have been very pleased with any product that I get from Le Cover. And here it is. And so I'm going to show you side by side. Like they're just about the same. So that's an option for you. And I think I'll do one side versus the other side today. Okay, I'm going to stick with the high end on my right side. And I'll start with just a little bit of the lightest color. And in both of these little quads, the lightest color is a sheen. Clean my brush. Okay, now into this lightest color. Just to kind of set down the Morphe cream. Now I'm going to dip into the lighter gray, and it has a sheen to it. Clean my brush to the lighter gray on this one. And the difference that I think I notice right now is that maybe the Le Cover is not as pigmented as the Charlotte Tilbury. But I don't mind that. It's easier to work with shadows that aren't as pigmented than ones that are extremely pigmented and you have to be really careful. Okay, now I'm going to go into the darkest gray, which is a matte. I'm going to stick to the outer corner here. And I'm also going to go underneath. See if I can pull it off with this brush. Clean it off onto the Le Cover side, into the darker gray that's also a matte. And underneath. And I will clean up my edges in a moment. Okay, now I'm going to go in with one that's supposed to be a topper, I think. This is what it looks like. And I'm going to pat that from the center to the inner. The same thing on the other side. I'm going to go in with this topper shade right here. I think they're pretty close. And I like a little bit of sparkle underneath too. Almost dug my finger into the wrong palette. Now I've been cleaning up lately using just a wipe. You can go under, across and lift up. And the only trick is to make sure that your angle is the same. Got, let's see, an Exaggerize by Charlotte Tilbury, just a sample. I'll do that on the right side. And I also have a sample of the e.l.f. Big Mood, and I'm going to do that on the left. I don't think they're dupes, but I like both of these, so. I still think the Charlotte side is giving more, and that's what I noticed about it right off the bat. There we go, that's better. Just took a couple of coats of the Big Mood. Now, so far, I can't tell left from right. Continuing on, let's see. I always like to do one more layer of something that's going to give me some bronze effect. So today, I think I'll do this Eucerin 35. And this one is a mineral sunscreen. And I think it's all the same. I think it's supposed to work across skin tones, but here's what it looks like. I don't know if that's dark enough to give me a bronze effect, but maybe a little bit. I like to do that around the perimeter. All right, on to the foundations. This by Gucci is the Eternité Debutée. It's a 24-hour breathable foundation that has a luminous matte finish. So when I saw luminous matte, I immediately thought of the Lumi Matte foundation, but I compared 5 shades against this one, and none of them were a really good match. And when I do one side of one foundation and the other side of my face and another, I like for them to at least match shades. But I kept testing things, and the one that I found out was a really good match was the L'Oreal True Match in W2, and the Gucci one is in 150C. So we'll do the Gucci next. I'm going to stick with my fingers right now. And I didn't do any primer because sometimes that can make a really big difference in how something performs. So this is just a head-to-head, foundation against foundation here to see if they are very similar, or if this will give an alternate to this foundation. And my spot that I had froze off last week is doing really well. It's just about gone. Okay, before I do the other side, I am going to do some concealer, and I have heard that the True Skin line from Catrice is getting ready to be discontinued, and I have always loved Cool Cashmere Shade 10 in their True Skin concealer. I also grabbed recently the 032N called Neutral Biscuit, which is a little bit darker. But I'm going to stick with the Cool Cashmere, and I'm going to do that on both sides. And this brush is it's probably a dupe for the Kat Von D that I got on Temu. You can really see my blue coming through today. That gives you an idea about how good this concealer is. And I like to always take my finger and use the warmth to kind of melt that in. Okay, now on to the True Match in W2. In a minute, I will have to pat right down the middle. And let me take a closer look. I like to go up in my part just a little bit. True Match and Gucci. And actually, this is my more damaged side, driver's window side. Is that the same for you? I wonder if that's the same for everybody in the US. I'm going to stick with my very favorite Milani Supercharged stick in 160 bronze voltage. Now, I accidentally ordered one of the wrong color, and this one is 150 electric bronze, and I'm going to show you the difference between the two. This one is the electric bronze. It's the lighter, it's the 150, and this one is bronze voltage. See the difference? But here's what I did notice. This says lip and cheek, right? Cheek and lip. Yeah, so if I do lip, I've always said this is more like a gloss on the face. And it feels fabulous on the lips, so this is not a total loss. So I'm going to use my regular color as my contour. And I feel like I can kind of go crazy with this because it is going to blend out so nicely. And I got a new brush yesterday. It is by Real Techniques. It was on sale at Walmart. It's a number 259, so it's pretty big. I'm gonna use it first on my nose. It's big to use on the nose, but since it's so nice and flat, it totally works. I like to keep dedicated brushes that I use for the same task every day, so I'm not mixing liquids and creams and colors. This is such a wonderful size for this task. And this was only $5, so check on Walmart online and it might be for you too. Okay, now I'm going to show you a cream blush that I'm going to put on underneath the one that my daughter gave me, and it's by Buxom, and it is called Plump Shot, and it's in the shade Blissful Buff. And I like to use a dense kitten paw. This is by Moda. This is also at Walmart, and it comes in a 2-pack with a smaller one of that same size, which I like to use for cream highlighters. I'm gonna use this one for the blush. I'm gonna go very easily because this one comes off this super creamy. It's very light and natural. And now to show you my birthday blush. She found this on Amazon. It's by Katkin Rosy Blush in C06 Misty Rain. And here's what it looks like. So it's kind of that natural color also. It's like, oh my goodness, I've been stuck on this color lately. It's not a pink. It's not a coral. It's not a bronzer. It's very subtle, very natural looking. And I feel the same amount of dewiness on each side of my face, which means that my foundations are a lot alike in formulation, not just color. Okay, now I'm going to show you the bronzer. She said this is life-changing. This is Gucci, the Solar Soleil 01. Okay, here it is. Isn't that a gorgeous color? And I'm going to use my gigantic Real Techniques 262 brush. I'm going to kind of roll that in it. And down the neck. Sometimes I like to do upper eyelids too, kind of blend this all together. Really, I could use bronzing as a finishing powder. Somebody needs to market that. A finishing powder that is also bronzing. It has a very light scent, but it's very pleasant. Smells are very important to me. They bring me such joy. Good smells, that is. And I'm going to use one of my favorite highlighters, and it is the e.l.f. Jelly Pop. They brought it back this summer for just a little bit, the glow stick. And this has a fantastic smell too. So I'm just using a little kitten paw right in here. Oh, it smells so good. Sometimes it's just about the experience of this, isn't it? It's pampering yourself. I like to go right around the orbital bone there. It's this stick highlighter that got me into highlighter use in the first place. I tried it one day and then kept noticing it when I would look in the mirror when I went to the bathroom. And I was like, oh, It's catching the light. I like that. Okay, I haven't done anything with the brows. So I've been stuck on my little La Mercerie pencil, brow pencil from the Dollar Tree in dark brown. It's a little triangular pencil. And I do tint my brows. Now I do have sparse areas sometimes, you can see there. But the issue I predominantly have is I don't have any gray hairs on my head. Isn't that crazy? I'm 55. But I do get them in my brows. But if I, every 1 or 2 weeks, brush in either some Just for Men or some beard dye from the Dollar Tree that's brown, it works really well. Beard dye works in 5 minutes, and root touch-up dye for women works in 10, and I just don't understand that. Like we have more time. Yeah, right. And I like the little paddle brush. It makes them behave pretty well. But I am going to gel them down. I really like this. It's called Stick 'em Up by Rude. I think Rude is like a Japanese, maybe manga brand, and I have discovered that they have it at Marshall's on occasion, and everything I've gotten I've really liked, so I've learned to trust that if I see something by Rude, hey, it's gonna work out pretty well for me. And pat it down. This has a different type of, it's more like a little comb with a flat side, so you can kind of flatten them down while you're at it. Now some lips, a little bit more with the lips. Also from Win Beauty, which I did a video on recently, I also ordered a lip pencil, and this one is in Starting Line. I got 2 different glosses by Win Beauty. One's a little bit darker than the other. I'm going to try the lighter one today. This one's called Trophy. It's got a little sparkle in it, and so does this brown too. And it's Victory. So I tried Victory the other day. I'm going to do Trophy. Okay, I like that too. I recently did an ordered some essence things, and I got this 16-hour cover and last powder foundation, and this one's in 04 Fair Ivory. I'll show you what it looks like. And I started using it just to cover up a blemish, and then I saw how well it worked, and I just kept going with my puff. So I'll do that. I'll use a puff, and I'm going to put it everywhere that I see visible pores and texture, just patting it in. And as you can see, I have visible pores and texture almost all over. And I just think it's almost like magic. Yes, I look really powdered right now, but hang on. And I still haven't found anything I like better than the H2O Lock by LA Girl for setting my under eye concealer. Let me make sure there's no creasing, or as minimal, as can be, because everything creases. I like this because I really do think it's moisturizing. I do not feel completely dried up when I use it. And now I want to add in a little of my glow back. So I'm going to use the Hard Candy Glow On Lock. And it's got beads in there. Let's shake it up. Very nice mister. I'm loving my fan. So I have a little bit of my glow back. I'm kind of flat right in the middle. So I'm going to take this Live Glam Mist Independent. I think it's supposed to be a dupe for a Tarte setting spray, but this smells so good. You know, it's all about the smell for me. I think that has added in. That is more of a hydrating spray than a setting spray. I got that at, I think it was Marshall's. I think I've seen it. I got another one. I got it 2 separate times, so I keep on the lookout for it. I love it so much. So this is my final look for the day. This is my Gucci side. This is my dupe side. And I really can't tell. We've got some Charlotte Tilbury going on over here and some lay cover going on over here. I also have a perfume dupe to share with you. I got this at Five Below. It's called Rock Candy, and it is a dupe for this Kayali vanilla sugar or rock sugar, I think. But you know, even the packaging is very similar, and I love it. Now my son, who is a cologne expert, he is 14, almost 15, and he says it really works with the girls, getting attention if you smell nice. Anyway, he says the atomizer is not so great, but works fine for me, and it's $5, and I just love the smell, so you might too. One blender that I have made recently on Amazon, because I didn't read the size of the tubes, I ordered some Bobbi Brown vitamin enriched skin tint in a couple of different shades, thinking I was going to get something like my Laura Mercier. You know, I love this, and I get it at discount stores, and it's usually, you know, I wait until it's on clearance and it's like $10. So that's how much these things were. But okay, are you ready for a laugh? Here's how big they were. Teensy weensy. Good for travel, maybe. But I'm afraid to try them out because, you know, there may be only 2 uses in each tube. I don't know. So thank you for spending some time with me today. I hope that it took your mind off the cares of the world for just a little while. And I'm starting out, so if you found me, you're one of the very first ones. Please like and subscribe. And I won't see you, but I'll talk with you if you leave me a message or a comment. And I hope you see me next time. Got a hair stuck to me. I hate that. Anyway, let me zoom back out.